Ray, relatively straightforward victory for you today.
I think it was. At 1-0, you're never certain, and the longer the game was sitting at 1-0, there's always a possibility I could snatch something, and so we needed that second goal. It probably took a little bit longer than expected, because I think we had 2 or 3 good chances in the first half. Bobby Barr was clean through, Andy Jackson was basically one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and young Craig Whiting done great, got in behind. So we had to wait to about the 80th minute to get it, but we're delighted we got the 3 points today, and as I was just saying there, it's important to keep the run going. I think we're unbeaten in 12 now, so I'm delighted with that today.
Is that you up to 4th place in the league now at the moment as well?
So I believe, I haven't seen the rest of the scores, but I've heard Dunfermline drew today, so I think that takes us above him into the playoff spot, so a good day all round, I'm thinking.
Special day as well, 200th match for McLean, and there, what does he do? He scores.
Exactly, you couldn't write the script any better. Paul, 200 games for this club, 25 years of age, what an achievement. Great player, he's been my captain at periods this season, and he tops off with a great goal today to get us off to a great start. So really pleased for Paul, fantastic lad, and a great achievement.
Another thing as well, it sounds like a bit of a script we have between each other when I'm talking to you. Bobby Barr, what an excellent match again from him.
I'm being serious. Bobby has been outstanding this season for us. Every game he's playing at a really high level. He constantly goes at defenders, he constantly stretches teams, and I think he's got something like 15 assists for us, something ridiculous like that this season. So no, we are over the moon with Bobby right now, and he's playing some fantastic football. He's playing at his peak right now, and he's got to, if he can keep that going, he's going to have the next 5 years are going to be fantastic for him.
Another one, you bring on a substitute, Thompson, there, then he comes on, and we were saying in our commentary today, people have to watch the way he finished that. What an awesome, it's not a flick, it's a float over the goalkeeper.
Do you know, Roberts, he's found himself out of the team just in the last few weeks. His attitude is different class. I watched him against Montrose on Tuesday night, and he was magnificent, and he had that hunger about him and that power and strength, and and he's come on today and scored as you said, a fantastic goal, an absolute beauty that if anybody else has scored in the Premier League, be raving about it. So his movement was great, his strength, his pace, and the way he's dinked over a goalkeeper at the back post I was delighted for him and for the team.
Well, it's lovely to meet you at last, Ian, here. Now, it's okay for having the talk before you start the games and everything. You've had a chance to look at them in training. This is the first time under fire, so your views on the game today?
Well, first of all, as I said off camera, I think even at the best of times when you've got a team full of confidence, it's not easy coming to Brechin. It's a tough place to come, and I think you could tell. I mean, they looked if they had a bit of confidence during week in training, but it's very, very different when you step over the white line, and there's definitely a general lack of confidence running throughout the team. And the two young centre backs, I thought did really, really well. I thought they defended well. It's a real lesson for Morgan making a mistake like that led to the second goal. I don't think we'd have deserved a draw, but we'd certainly taken a draw. There was 1 or 2 positives. I thought for 20-25 minutes of the second half we moved the ball about really quickly, and we were the better team. But there's a lack of a cutting edge. I mean, listen, we need defenders and we need strikers. That's just a given, and you don't have to be a football manager with 15 years experience to know that. You can be a guy watching it and you'll know that.
Now, you've mentioned the 2 guys at the back, Craig McCracken and Morgan Neal. Now, Craig we know a bit about. Morgan was thrown at us very quickly. You brought him in, and it would be wrong to sort of consider that one mistake he made there, because he was excellent throughout the match.
He was terrific, and he was aggressive, and he used the ball reasonably well, and he wanted to come off and get the ball and use it, and listen, he's a good big player. He's a strong player. I'd quite like to get experience around him, and experience around Craig, because it's not easy playing, and it's certainly not easy for young players coming into a team that's really struggling with confidence and on the type of run that Ayr United are on. I mean, it's where we are in the league, it's a real personality, a real possibility that a club the size of Ayr United could go down to the bottom tier, and the bottom tier, and that's what we've got to try and stop. We've got to do it quickly starting next week. But I mean, this week it's I've got to think about how much time I've got to give to getting other players in, and how much time I've got to give to trying to take all the training, do all the training with John, because I can't be everywhere. But we do need players, and I think that's a really, really important part of it just now.
Have you been given money to help you get through? Are there funds available just now to bring in players?
Yeah, well, you know, like all managers, there's financial limitations in the game just now, and there is for Ayr, and there is for me, but there is something there to try and bring in 2 or 3 players. We might see some movement. We'll definitely see movement in the next couple of weeks, there's no doubt.
Are there many players around just now? Because we were being told beforehand it was a tough time to get players in just now. Are there many out there in the market that would come to a club like Ayr?
Well, I think Ayr is still a name that can attract players. I said that to the board, there's no doubt about that. It's harder attracting them in our current predicament, but there are players out there, yeah. It's just a matter of sourcing them and getting them in.
Well, thanks again, Ian, for the first time. And just to say, it'll be nice to see the fans and give them a chance to speak to you midweek as well.
Listen, the fans were terrific, and it couldn't have been. It wasn't for the purists. Although I thought both teams had periods in the game where they used the ball really well, but the fans never stopped their backing of the players and certainly of me, and I was delighted with it.